I was born with a lethal allergy to men. According to my mother, any physical contact with a male would trigger a violent anaphylactic shock. My throat would close, my skin would erupt in hives, and my heart would simply stop. The doctors called it a rare heterogeneous protein hypersensitivity. There was no cure. To keep me alive, my mother divorced my father when I was a toddler and forced my sister, Riley, who is 2 years younger than me, to attend all-girls schools alongside me. For 20 years, the three of us lived in a sterilized world, a fortress without men. When Riley was 7, she missed our father so much that she sneaked out to see him for an hour. When Mom found out, she went into a manic frenzy. She dragged Riley into the bathroom and doused her in industrial disinfectant from head to toe. Then, she took a steel wool scrub pad and scoured Riley's hands until the skin was raw and weeping blood. "You selfish little brat. Is a man really worth more than your sister's life?" Mom screamed, her voice cracking. "Quinn could die at any second, and you're out there indulging yourself? I'm telling you now, as long as your sister is alive, you are never to touch a man. Not ever." Riley shook with pain, but she didn't cry. She just stared at me. In that look, there was a cold, sharp resentment that made me wish I had died right then and there. So, on the eve of Riley's 18th birthday, I decided to give her back a normal life. I decided to end it. I went to a dive bar downtown and found a stranger. But as the sun began to rise, the expected death didn't come. I stood in front of the bathroom mirror, my skin pale but clear, my breath steady. If I wasn't dying, then what had the last 20 years been for? I walked into that bar with the cold resolve of a ghost. I had spent my life as a burden, a fragile glass doll that everyone had to tiptoe around. I was done. I chose a stranger. I sat close to him, our shoulders brushing. I leaned in to speak over the music, feeling the heat radiating from his skin. I even let my hand linger against his arm. I had one singular, desperate thought. Let it end tonight. I didn't want to be the weight around Riley's neck anymore. I wanted her to have a father, a boyfriend, a home that didn't smell like bleach and fear. I closed my eyes and waited for the suffocation to begin. 1 minute, 10 minutes, an hour. The entire night passed. My skin remained smooth. My lungs drew in the stale, smoky air without effort. No hives, no swelling, no shock. Not even a hint of a dizzy spell or an itch. None of the symptoms Mom had used to terrify me since I was old enough to speak ever appeared. Standing in the harsh fluorescent light of the bathroom, I felt a different kind of chill. I had spent the night in close proximity to a man. I had done the one thing that was supposed to kill me 10 times over. Why was I still breathing? Had I been cured by some miracle? Or was I already so far gone that I couldn't feel the symptoms? Or, the most terrifying thought of all, had I never been sick in the first place? I suppressed the rising panic and glanced at the man sleeping on the bed. I grabbed my coat and bolted out the door, heart hammering against my ribs, and ran all the way home. The moment I stepped through the door, the air turned cold. Mom was standing in the living room, her face a mask of fury, clutching Riley's phone. The screen showed a string of hidden messages between Riley and our father. "Who gave you permission to contact him?" Mom's voice was like a serrated blade. "You went to see him again, didn't you?" "Mom, it's my 18th birthday," Riley whispered, her voice trembling with a decade's worth of suppressed tears. "Dad just wanted to give me a gift." Mom lunged forward and grabbed me by the arm, pulling me in front of her like a shield. "Your sister has a severe protein hypersensitivity. It's not just about touching," Mom shrieked. "Even the scent of a man, the microscopic dander in the air, it can kill her instantly. And you're out there rubbing shoulders with men and bringing that filth back into this house? Do you want to kill her? Is that it?" Riley's eyes turned bloodshot. She bit her lip so hard it bled, her gaze fixed on me with a mixture of agony and pure, unadulterated hate.